Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Cilla Black.
Surprise. Well, here we are again. We're coming to you live again this week. You are all live out there, aren't you? Yes. Are you sure? Yes. Well, that's good. You know, I've been reading the newspapers today, the Sunday newspapers, and I was reading an article about, physical fitness, because everybody's gone mad on keeping fit these days, haven't they? I think I've gone deaf. They have. They've all gone mad on physical fitness, haven't they? Yes. Oh, but I can't be doing with it. No, you see, I can't do it at my age. Just like you up there, children. Yeah, you see, even I keep waiting for things to drop off. I do. But no, all that physical stuff, all that stretching and pulling and bending and throwing yourself. That's just me getting into me jeans. I must tell you, we've got a smashing show for you tonight. It's full of surprises. For instance, have a look at Malcolm Crawford over there. Where are you, Malcolm?
Good evening, Cilla.
Oh, good evening, Malcolm. Now, I must tell you, Malcolm was sitting on a train about 18 years ago, minding his own business, when he did something very surprising with a woman in the next compartment. But we've got a nice little surprise for you, Malcolm, because that very same woman is sitting right in front of you. Mrs. Patricia Abrams. Stand up, Pat, and take a bow. There she is. Well, we'll be finding out later exactly who did whom to what. More about that in time. But I'm going to have a chat also later with a Miss Sheila Van Dam. Where are you, Sheila? Sheila's out there. Yes. Now, Sheila once owned a very famous Windmill theatre where lots of comics found their stardom many, many years ago. So we all look forward to chatting to you later on, Sheila. Look forward to that. Oh, and before I forget, we've got the phone numbers game. So please get your pencils and papers ready because we're going to be playing that later on. But now, without more further ado, I want you to meet the one and only Christopher Biggins. Well, Christopher, and what have you? Tell us, we're all dying to know, aren't we, kids?
What?
We're all dying to know, what have you been doing with yourself since last Sunday?
Well, I've been horse riding, Cilla.
What?
But you look shocked.
Shocked? Me shocked? Never mind about me, what about the horse?
Ah, the poor... Yeah, but listen, do you know what happened? It threw me off. Yeah?
Did you hurt yourself?
I did. I hit my head and I had to have it x-rayed, Cilla. But at least I fulfilled one of my father's ambitions.
Well, what was that?
Well, he always wanted me to have my head examined.
Now, that I'm not surprised at. You realise that.
But listen, hey,
what?
Hey, Upson is one of your friends again.
Where? What? Oh.
Hi, Cilla. You all right?
Bob.
Very well, Bob.
Nice to see
Well,
you.
what are you doing here tonight, son?
Well, I just thought I'd bring my little friends along, you know, to see you all.
What friends?
Well, it's not the dog. No. I'm not talking about dogs tonight. I'm talking about ferrets.
Oh.
What
Would you like to
ferret?
see it?
You haven't got one with you.
I have. I'll just get him. Look. Now, ferrets are very misunderstood.
Are they really?
This is a lovely one.
I'm a bit worried. What's his name?
Its name's Fump. It's a good little thing. It's a lovely. Do you want to have a look, Sue?
Oh, I don't know.
And, you know, there's a lot of rubbish talks about ferrets. You know, they say you can't put ferrets down your trousers. Well, you can.
Really?
They love it. I'll show you. Do you want to see?
Well, you're not going to stick him down, you can. Where are you going to put your...
No, I'll just show you now. You go down the trousers. Go on.
Oh.
Go on, Fump. No, there's nothing wrong with a ferret going down your trousers. No, it's quite simple, because they love it down there, because it's nice and dark, and also fluid, and they can do what they want, just ferret about like ferrets are supposed to do, because they do ferret around a lot, and they just enjoy it down there. And one of the... We haven't fooled anybody, have we? Come on, son.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Cowley.
Oh, this is handy, Cilla. Now, you remember last week, Cilla talked to our phone winner, Jonathan Bridger, on the phone. And he said he'd be with us if he only could get a babysitter.
Yes, and he's here tonight, aren't you, Jonathan? Where are you, love? We want you to join us on the set. Please come down and join us, Jonathan. Have a sit down. Sure. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, Jonathan, first of all, congratulations on winning the prize. And
Yeah, my heart's going tick-a-boom.
tick-a-boom, 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 tick-a-boom. Well, you've left your Mandy at home, your wife, babysitting your little baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not, is she?
What do you mean she's not, is she?
Is she?
Where do you think Mandy is?
I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you, we've got a nice surprise for you, because you see, we wanted to put your mind at rest.
Yeah.
And we wanted you to see how your baby was getting along while you were in the studio. So while you were on the way here...
You filmed her?
Yeah, we put on... Yeah, better than that. We put on outside cameras in your house. And we can go over and have a little chat, you know. Oh, and... Oh, look at that. Just like Princess Diana, actually.
Yeah.
With her little willy. She used to do that.
Sorry.
She did. Hello, Mandy.
Hello.
Now, John. Is it John or Jonathan?
John.
John. John has not told me. Is it a little girl or a little boy?
It's a little girl.
Oh, and what's her name?
Gemma.
Oh, Gemma. That's a lovely name, isn't it? How old is she?
6 weeks.
Is she a good girl?
Yes, she's very, very good.
Oh, look at that. Oh, girls, look at that. Doesn't it make you want to have another? Oh, look, there's Bobby saying, oh, God, no. Look at that. Oh, well, Mandy, we didn't want you to be on your own tonight.
I've been invaded.
She looks a bit upset. Jonathan, have you got a message for your
Serves you
Mandy?
right.
You're not going to be alone for much longer, Mandy, because we're sending a very special person, celebrity babysitter, to join you later on, all right?
Yes.
To keep you company and bring the smile back in your face. So we'll see you later, Mandy, all right,
Okay.
love?
George.
Okay.
What do you mean, Boy George? Well, what's happening now, Biggins?
Well, it's the phone numbers game, Cilla. So, now you should have a square like this, divided into 25 smaller squares with the letters P-H-O-N-E across the top and the last 5 figures of your telephone number, including the dialing code down the left-hand side. And if you haven't got a phone, use the number of somebody in your immediate family. Now, here are this week's free squares, and these count towards your winning line. Now, first, the middle square, then the second square under E, next the fourth square under P, good, and lastly the bottom square under N. Now remember, you need a line of 5 squares with the correct answers in them either down, across, or diagonally. Over to you then, Cilla.
Oh, yes, people are having a little natter there, Biggins.
Were
I'm sorry.
you?
With Rosemary.
With Rosemary? Oh,
Yes, a
lovely.
big hand for Rosemary. She's our pupil of this week. Well, Rosemary, shake that bag up and pull the first cube. Oh, thanks a lot. Oh, N5.
So, if you've got N5 on your paper, write the answer to this question in that square. And if you've got 2 N5s, you can only put your answer in 1 square. And here's the first question. Who created Noddy and Big Ears? More cubes, Cilla?
Well, before I do that, Biggins, I must Oh, sorry, Rosie. Sorry. I'm just going to remind everybody, you see, that they've got to keep their ears and eyes open, you know, because we can't repeat any of the questions. More cubes, Rosemary. Yes, which one is it? I've got to get this right. N6.
N6. So, in which town is this unusual building? More cubes, Cilla?
More cubes, Rosemary. What are you shaking it for? H7.
Right. How many are there in a baker's dozen? More cubes, Cilla?
More cubes, Rosie. N4.
So if you've got an N4, your music question, what flower is mentioned in the title of this song? We'll have more cues for you later. And as soon as you get a winning line of 5, ring us on 01834 9090. And remember, if you're outside London, you must dial 01. But only ring if you've got a winning line. And the first one to get through wins our surprise, surprise, prize. Now, Cilla, tell us about your surprising things happening this week.
Well, you know, they're always doing things to me at London Weekend.
I have heard, Cilla, yes.
Well, they did it again this week.
Never.
You see, well, they said I was going to go along and film, play with a train set. Now, did I get a surprise when I saw the train? Much more than that. Did I get an even bigger surprise when I met the crew? Well, here I am. I'm ready for the train training. Oh, I love trains. Ever since my dad wore clogs. All those puff-puffs and whistle-whistles. I say, here I am, Chuck. I'm ready, willing and able.
Hello.
Here I am. What do I have to do first?
Well,
tell me.
start the same as everyone else and clean it. Start from the bottom and work your way up.
But where's me rubber gloves?
No rubber gloves.
I'm going to chip me nail varnish. I thought I was going to drive a train. This is not fair. All this cleaning, I'm fed up. You should see the muck down here. Look at this. I've heard of wash day red, but this is wash day black. And I wonder where the real drivers are. Hey up. The girls. Hello, girls. Hello. Well, what are 2 lovely ladies like you doing involved with a big butch train like this?
Because we like steam engines.
Oh, they do everything together, don't they? Hello. Oh, we like steam engines. Well, introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are.
I'm Margaret Harding, I'm the driver. I'm Margaret and I'm the fireman.
2 Margarets, Margaret 1 and Margaret 2. Well, how did you get into it? What made you want to become a driver? And may I add, the only lady driver in the country.
I've always been interested in steam engines, and I used to go train spotting with the boys where I lived, and it just carried on from there.
Just an excuse to go out with the lads, eh, Margaret? But it must play havoc with your hands and your nails. I mean, look at my nails. How do you keep your nails? Let's have a look at your hands. Look at that.
I don't keep them clean, and I haven't got any nails.
Oh, you are a mucky kid. Well, do you think I could drive a train and be a fireman at the same time? Give us a go.
Come on then.
Give us an hand up. Not your hand, it's too dirty. Well, it's nice and cosy in here, isn't it? Come on, where do we start?
Well, we have to wait for the guard to tell us what we've got on.
Well, where is he then?
We've got mine for 301.
Have we? Who are you?
I'm Claire, the guard.
Gosh, they're everywhere, aren't they? You're the guard. Oh, some mothers do have.
Mine is it?
What have we got? Tell us what we've got again.
9 coaches for 301 tons.
You've got 9 coaches for whatever she said after that. Thank you very much. Okay. It's like the St. Trinian's train, isn't it? Come on, girls! climbing up myself now as a kid. That fella thinks I'm cracking. All right, one more for us.
That's
All right.
great.
Where's the steering wheel? How do you steer this thing?
The track. That's not steering it.
Is that, what's this for?
This is the regulator.
The regulator.
It determines what speed you're to go at. But you have a lot. It tells you on the side of the line what speed restrictions there are on the line.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
So you have to have good eyesight as
Oh,
well?
yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't be any good for this job. You actually enjoy doing all this, do you?
Yeah, love it. It takes a long time to actually train to be a driver, but no, it's worth it. Just bringing the injectors on because we were blowing off and we had too much steam pressure.
Oh, get it go, get it go, get it go. Oh, I've always wanted to do this. The runaway train went over the hill and she blew. The runaway train went over the hill and she blew. The runaway train went over the hill and the last I heard she was blowing still and she blew, 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 blew.
And our thanks to engine driver Margaret Harding and fireperson Margaret Lansell. They do say it's the age of the train, Cilla.
Yes, they do. I don't know what age that one was, though. But talking of trains, I think it's about time that we brought Malcolm and Patricia down to tell us about their brief encounter on one, don't you? Please come and join us, Malcolm and Patricia. Oh, and a nice kiss. Hello, Malcolm. Oh, please sit down next to me, Malcolm. Well, you are a man of intrigue.
Very much so.
Tell me, what were you doing on this train and where were you going at the time?
Well, we're coming back from Italy on holiday from Cattolica.
How long ago was this?
18 and a half years, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
And what happened on this train?
She'll tell you.
Well, you tell me your version first.
Well, the courier came along asking for anybody with nursing experience.
I see.
And he woke me up and asked me, and I said I had nursing experience.
Right, so you were at the ready then?
Yeah.
And Pat, you were in the next compartment to Malcolm. Well, he threw it on to you. You tell us what happened.
And then, well, I was having a baby.
This is where the nursing experience comes in, Malcolm, doesn't it?
And the fright when the courier told me.
And you're having a baby, but I mean, and you
Well, I
planned
thought
your
it was a
holidays
baby,
wrong.
but it was 2 babies. Mm.
Two babies? But did you know you were having 2 babies
No,
at the
I
time?
didn't. No.
Well, that was bad planning for your holiday, as I said before.
No, but they weren't supposed to come along till 2.5 months later.
Well, babies are like that, you see, aren't they? And Malcolm, where did you fit in, if you pardon the expression?
Well, when he came and asked for the experience, I walked along the corridor and he said, you're going to deliver a baby. But in here I'd already fit. But I went in and there was the baby. But one baby had already been born.
Yes.
And so we did what was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing, there was another on the way.
That was exciting, wasn't it? I bet you were frightened, weren't you, Pat?
Well, I was frightened of waking everybody up at that time in the morning.
Oh, don't worry about a thing like that when you're having twins. Well, Malcolm, this happened 18 years ago.
Yes, it was that.
Would you like to have a look at your handiwork, how they look today?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Biggins, bring them on.
Because, surprise, surprise, here are Esther and Ruth.
which one's Esther and which one's Ruth?
I'm Esther.
Hello, Esther. Hello, Ruth. Have you got anything to say to your Uncle Malcolm here? Look, they're not sure. What do you think of your handiwork after all these years?
You've only got to look at them and nobody's more prouder than I am.
You're so right, and I'm sure they're a little bit overcome just now, but I'm sure you've got lots to talk about throughout the rest of the show.
It's lovely.
Thank you, Malcolm.
Thank you.
Thank you, the Abrams family. We're going to take a break now, but we'll see you all in a mo. See you later. Welcome back to Surprise, Surprise. It's time now to go over to see Mandy and find out who our celebrity babysitter is. Are you there, Mandy?
I certainly am.
And you've still got your little pinky finger in her mouth?
Yes, she was going to cry.
Was she? Oh, but she's lovely. Has our celebrity guest arrived yet?
Yes, he certainly has.
Oh, there he is. Do you know, Matthew, they've been keeping you from me all day. They didn't even tell me you were going to be there. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you, Cilla. Hey, well, never mind about the baby, Doc. What about this phone game? It's pathetic. I spent 3 months on punchlines and I couldn't even understand that, Doc. I don't know where I am with this.
Well, you'll have to watch it every week to follow it.
I'm doing my best, Pet. And listen, it's all right for you gadding about the countryside on locomotives and business. I get the rotten babysitting jobs.
Well, you should be used to that, Matthew, because you've got 2 children of your own, haven't you?
I know, but they're grown up. They won't fit on my knees now. It's 10 years since I did a nappy. I brought me traditional kite and I get it thrown back in my face. Pants now, locking up the lab and that.
I didn't ask Mandy, but is it your first baby, Mandy?
Yes, it is.
Oh, well, Matthew, they are. Come on, give us some advice.
She's so chatty, and she look, and I brought these teddies. Look, you see, she loves it. Look, go on. Hey, where's Jonathan?
Listen, where's Jonathan? He's in the audience. There he is. There's Daddy.
Listen, I want to tell you, Jonathan, she's beautiful. Honestly, she's absolutely... Look, this could make a lad broody, this. She's lovely.
Matthew, have you put your finger in the Milton? So you can put it in a little mat. The Milton, don't you remember that?
The Milton? Oh, honestly, it's all gunged up, I can't tell you. I'm sticking to the finger, Pet.
Well, I think you're doing I think you've cheered Mandy up no end, is that right?
Yes, he has.
She's a very good mother, Pet.
And I think you're doing a grand job over there. Matthew, would you like to give a wave to my big friend over here, Biggins?
Hey, is the old Biggins there? Hello,
yes.
Biggins.
Hello, Matthew. Nice to see you.
Oh, lovely to see you, Doc.
Now the phone numbers game is coming up again.
Oh, don't start. Go on.
So we'll see you later.
Ta-ra, Pet.
Ta-ra, love.
Let's have our phone numbers game again, and pay attention this time, Matthew. Now, just to remind you, the phone number to ring is 01834 9090, and you've got until 9 o'clock tonight to do it. More cubes, Cilla.
More cubes, Rosemary. There we go. Here we go. Ooh. Ad-libbing now. Yeah. P7.
What was that? P7? So who
P for
Pardon?
P as in per.
Per. Yes, I thought you said that, love. Yes, per. So this is per 7. Who first ran a mile in less than 4 minutes? More cubes, Cilla.
More cubes, Rosemary. H7. Pardon?
H7?
She said it. H7.
Which film are these characters from? More cubes. Pull the last one, Cilla.
Ah, but don't you think Rosemary she's been a lovely cube pillar? Would you like to give a big round of applause? Come on, shake that bag for the last time. Come on, Rosemary, you're getting too relaxed now. That's what it is, isn't it? E3.
So what is the name of the dog in the Peanuts cartoon? And now it's your bonus question. Now, for all of you at home, you can put the answer in any square you like to complete a winning line. And it's a music question. It is, which country do you associate with this piece of music? Well, that's the end of the phone numbers game for this week. Good luck, and we'll be waiting for the winner's call. Now, last week's runners-up were Carol Linley of Harlington and Edward Clement of Swansea, who both win portable TV sets. And, of course, the winner, who we saw earlier, was Jonathan Bridger.
Yes, and Jonathan, your surprise prize, what you've always wanted, so Mandy told us, you've always wanted a fridge freezer.
Yeah.
So you've got one. In a few days, you'll have that fridge freezer on your doorstep. Congratulations.
Well, in our search for people who want to let off steam about things that really get up their nostrils, we found Shelley Puttock. Now, poor Shelley, she got ever so annoyed because every time her boyfriend, Graham Yates, took her out, he took her to this pub and played the fruit machine all night. He totally ignored her. So we decided it was about time Shelley took her revenge.
Just no living without you. Don't take your love away from me. Don't you leave my heart in misery. 'Cause if you go, then I'll be blue. Breaking up is hard to do. Down, doobie-doo, down, down. Comma, comma, down, doobie-doo, down, down. Comma, comma, down, doobie-doo, down, down. Breaking up is hard to do. Don't take your
Cilla,
What?
I love happy endings, don't you?
Oh, I do. I love happy endings as well, yeah. Because not only is Shelly and Graham sitting in the audience tonight, but since we made that film, they have since got married. Congratulations, Shelly and Graham. In our audience tonight, I want you to have a look at tonight. I want you to meet Helen McGee. Now, she's from Scotland. Where are you, Helen? She's there on the front row. Now, Helen has had a pen pal for 22 years. That's right, isn't it, Helen? And she's never met a pen pal. In fact, you've both been on holiday in the same areas, but they only found out too late to meet up. Well, her pen pal's name is Leslie DeVere. Now, Helen wrote to us and said that Leslie is going to get married in a few weeks' time, and she might be moving abroad, so she might never, ever meet her. But surprise, surprise, Helen, she's closer than you think. Just take a look at behind you. There she is, Leslie DeVere. Oh, yes, it's Hazel, by the way, not Ellen. I love making up names, though.
Oh, I say, it's another friend of yours.
What?
Coming on to the show, I think. Look. Oh.
What have you got there?
Well, I overheard the orchestra leader. He said he wanted 2 saxophones.
Now, Jimmy, you naughty boy.
Yeah?
Have you written to your mother? Because I know you're out painting.
Yeah.
And have you written to your mum this week?
Yeah, and she wrote back to me, you know.
Did she?
Yeah, Cilla, come here. Ladies and gentlemen, you come here. She said, "Dear son." Yeah. A man called and said he was a Jehovah's Witness. I told him I hadn't even seen the accident. He asked me what I thought of euthanasia. I told him they weren't much different than the youth in Ireland. And there's more. The next door neighbour, oh yeah, next door, yeah, that's neighbour. Next door neighbour wants to go on a cruise. I told her she'll never get past the gates at Greenham Common.
Oh, there's more. There's more. I'm afraid we've got to take a break now. See you in a minute. Welcome back. He's still at it, you know.
Yeah. Old Mrs. Mulligan died and left £2,000 to her cat. Her budgies contest in the will. Your brother Sean, while serving 6 months in prison, had his tonsils, his appendix, and all his teeth taken out in the first month. The governor thinks he's escaping bit by bit. Lots of happiness from your loving mommy.
Jimmy. Well, when you next write to your mum, will you give her all my love?
Yes, I certainly will, Cilla.
All right, Jimmy. And
Thank
I'll see you in Yarmouth this summer now, don't forget.
Oh, great Yarmouth, yeah, I'll see you there.
All right. You know, it's all happening, Biggins.
It certainly is, Cilla. And wait till you see what happened to me the other day. Hello. Biggins at large in Newcastle upon Tyne. I've come here to go to school. Not the sort of school you think, but a school where the women of the North East are learning a new skill. Step inside, love. Or should I call you Mom? Because, of course, you're a teacher of striptease.
Yeah.
Tell me, when you're teaching a girl, what do you use the personality? I mean, how do you choose the girls, or do they come to you?
They come to us. We look for pretty girls with a lot of personality. And people who haven't got a lot of stage fright.
To ask you, have you ever been a striptease artist?
No, never. And I wouldn't have had the nerve. Nobody come to that.
So, now, Gemma, why do you strip?
For the money. And it's convenient to us.
So, honey, tell me, it's very nice to speak to you, by the way. What were you doing before you did this, what you're doing now, stripping?
I was unemployed.
When you do it, the stripping, I mean, you know, when you're stripping, sorry, when you do that, do you think of all sorts of things, you know?
I mean, or do you just...
For instance.
Well, what do you... do you think of music, or the music, or the people you're playing to, or...
Men.
You think of men?
Yes.
Yes. What exactly are your measurements?
42.
Yes.
24. 34.
All round that area, sort of.
Yes.
And do you have any ambitions?
I want to be 48, 24, 35.
Naughty Biggins. Oh, you certainly kept your cool there.
Oh, my cool has never been kept so well. I think I deserve a medal for that, Cilla.
Oh, where would you put it?
But you know, Cilla, things have certainly changed. I mean, how many people remember the way things were? Have a look at this, Cilla. Who do you think they are?
Everton football team? Well, I can see they're not fellas, Biggins.
Well, I'll give you a clue. They appeared here.
Oh, now you're talking. That's the very famous Windmill Theatre in Shaftesbury Avenue.
Yes, the famous home of things that were naughty but nice. Non-stop review with Girls, Girls, Girls started there 52 years ago. They called it the Temple of Anatomical Research. What did they call it, Cilla?
What you just said.
The original manager was replaced by his daughter, Sheila, and she's here tonight, Miss Sheila Van Dam.
Well, Sheila, welcome to the show, and what Biggins was saying, I mean, were they really as naughty as that in those days?
Oh, no, we weren't naughty at all. Actually, we were not allowed to do striptease. We were licensed by the Lord Chamberlain, and, you know, there was a song written, if you move, it's rude. I mean, the girls had to remain absolutely static. We never, ever did striptease. I mean, I don't know what the heck that was all about.
That was just Biggins having a laugh there. But lots of famous people came out of the Windmill days, didn't they?
That's right. Most of the well-known comedians that you know of today all started their careers with us. Harry Seacombe was one of the, you know, he started along with Alfred Marks. Harry Seacombe. And Alfred and Des O'Connor, and it's a very long list. Yes, Alfred Marks, that's right.
Tell us about, well, what did Harry do at the Windmill?
Well, Harry really had no act at all. He just came on.
Sorry about that, Harry.
Sorry about Harry.
Just wiped out your whole career.
I think he will agree, actually, but he came on, he just shaved, with, you know, just literally shaved and giggled in that inane way of his. And we put him on in a spot, and we had a glass stage. And he shaved and did all this, and he was to be followed, when he'd finished the act, by the fan dancers. And he finished the act, and the glass stage and Harry's soap suds and the fan dancers followed. The audience really got their money's worth that night.
Well, it's funny you should mention fan dancers, isn't it?
Exactly, because Sheila, you said just now the censors wouldn't let them move then. If it moved, it was rude. Well, things really have changed. Surprise, surprise, some of your famous girls are here tonight. Do you remember three in particular who were Windmill Girls of the Year? In 1960, Pat Patterson. In 1959, Sandra Penders. And in 1953, Jabina Millhouse. Well, they've got together again tonight to give you and us an idea of their classic routine of 20-odd years ago. The Girls.
On that summer night when we met, just a passing glance that was all you gave me. There and then I fell beneath your magic spell, and your fascination forever enslaved me. I knew I was yours, yours alone, from the very moment
memories for you,
That's
Sheila?
not bad after 20 years.
Absolutely marvellous. But in between the girls, there were comic turns, weren't there? And that could have been tough. You know, all those comedians could have been very tough for them.
Yes, and Sheila, here's one of your old bottom of the bills. When I say old, I really mean old. He's appearing on stage tonight, but he's popped out to be with us tonight, Mr. Barry Cryer.
Excuse me, sir.
I can't move, darling.
Hello. Where's Eamon?
You look ever so smart.
Well, I'm sorry
You've come
about
from a
this.
charity tonight, haven't
Yes,
you, to
it's
be
the
with us?
stage door canteen at the Lyceum. Under this is a naval lieutenant commander's uniform, but it's too white for the telly. It's for ASBAR, the Spina Bifida charity. We're doing the stage door canteen, recreating the original one. And, of course, this year it's a very big one because it's the D-Day anniversary. You remember the D-Day, don't you, Chris?
Of course I do, Barry,
Yes, they used him as a landing craft.
Barry, never mind about that. We want to know about the Windmill days. Tell us about them.
I was very hurt being left out of that dance. I used to have a fan dance at the Windmill.
You did?
Oh, yes. It was
In the nude?
with an electric fan.
Oh.
I left shortly afterwards. But the girls there remember very much. It's a lovely show, Cilla. Haven't seen them for X years, the girls over there. My audition for your father was Elvis Presley's Army Medical. There's a topical joke for you. I had clad in nothing but a towel. Well, no, there was a suit and a towel. But Sandra over there remembers me tearing around the theatre looking for a towel for the audition. And I must say, even though it was a long time ago and I was very new in the business, the act I did that day was terrible.
How long did you have to do?
I can't remember. Sheila
About 8
remembers.
minutes,
But
yeah.
Very strict timing. You had to.
Very strict timing, yeah.
You heard the bell go off in the wings if you were. There was a glass stage as well. There's a glass stage.
Well, what does that mean, a glass stage?
Well, it really was a glass stage, lit from beneath, as I remember.
That's right.
And you soon learned not to wear slippery shoes because that could be a definite problem.
Well, fond memories
I
for
went
you.
and over-tipped one day when I rushed on to do my act. Yes, it was very dangerous.
Who else is with you then, Barry?
All sorts of people, but I tell you somebody you won't believe.
Who's that?
Chris.
Yes.
I only found out from him a week or so ago. We were at the Windmill, but not at the same time. Would you believe Nicholas Parsons?
No. And surprise, surprise, he's here. Nicholas Parsons.
Cilla, how lovely to see you. Wow, you know.
Hey there, how nice to see you, Nicholas.
Are you on the show as well?
Yes, just about.
Nice.
Sit down.
You need it, Nicholas.
What's that, love?
You look so healthy and bountiful and, you know...
I'll collapse in a minute, don't worry.
Is it because you saw all the girls, didn't
Yes, it all brought it back. Oh, gosh, yes.
But did you actually played at the Windmill?
I mean, I actually played Cilla.
Yeah, but
I mean, listen, look, you
I
say
thought
some...
only comics played there.
Shall I go home now? I mean, listen, I may have this reputation of being a po-faced quizmaster now, but I did begin as an actor. I used to do a cabaret in those days, and there was a lot of dining restaurants. I did a rather smart act, you know, rather sophisticated stuff.
yes.
And, of course, your father, he liked a smart act, didn't he?
Of course.
And my audition went very easily, and I was in just like that. And because it was an incredible experience, you know, 6 performances a day, seeing the same fellows slowly move forward as others left, you know. And at 11 o'clock in the morning, seeing them queuing up with their pinstripe trousers and city suits, you know. I think one of the reasons was, something what Sheila said, it was to do with the fact there was nothing else like it in London because in those days there was censorship. Everything had to be passed by the Lord Chamberlain. And this is where Sheila's father was very shrewd. He used to have a dress rehearsal, do you remember this, on before the first show, and all the friends and relations and relatives of all the cast were there. And it was this sort of lovely family show, and the girls were all draped with lots of pieces of extra tulle and, you know, gauze and things, you see. And then he'd actually asked the Lord Chamberlain himself, give him a lot to drink. And after the show was over, he'd say, "Oh," he said, "I thought it was rather good, didn't you? Oh, charming, you see, actually." And when he was gone, the next day when the show opened, all the gauze would be off, you see, and the girls would be showing far more flesh.
But you
And
were
of course,
one of the...
by the same token...
Sorry.
Because you see, as Christopher said, the girls were not allowed to move if they were starkers. They were allowed to pose. And always while the fan dance was on, at the back, on a pedestal, was a girl, you see, in a pose just like that, you see. And on this occasion, this girl got a fit of coughing, you see. Then she got the giggle. And of course, they'd never seen flesh moving on the stage before, so they gave it a round of applause and shouted encore. And Sheila's dad thought they were going to lose their licence, so they shouted to the stage management, bring the curtain down. And the curtain came
They're
down.
going to bring the curtain down on us.
You were lucky. You were lucky. You appeared there. Was there anybody who didn't get in, didn't audition? You know, when it didn't get
What about
through to the
failures?
audition? Failures.
Well, no, they weren't failures, but
No.
they failed their auditions. Well, Benny Hill failed. I mean,
Benny Hill failed.
He failed his audition, yes.
Bob Monkhouse.
Bob Huss, he failed his...
Yes!
Chris,
Well
Barry, Nicholas.
No.
John, this is live, isn't it wonderful?
It is, man. You shocked
I'm
me.
used to all this.
I nearly killed it for them, but...
Shall I do a quick Has the news been on yet?
Liverpool lad like you. Oh, me mum will be ever so upset.
I'll tell you all about it. Funny you should be here, Sheila. After all, I'm going to tell this a funny story. Now, I hope it's funny. I shouldn't have said it. No, I did the audition first. I'd come out the army, and I'd been working with a big band, 5 brass, 4 saxes. And I did that number Phil Harris did. You remember that? That's what I like about the South. Pork, Virginia, hams and apple pies, the homemade jams. You don't remember. It needed a big band. And when I went to the Windmill, there was a little old lady, like Hinge and Bracket, with her foot on the loud pedal, and it wasn't very good. So I didn't get in, right? Now, a long time elapsed, 10 years. I started to play the theatres in Variety, the Apothecaries Hall, Runcorn, the Pavilion Stonehenge, I played them all. And I came back 10 years later, did it again, wonderful, went very well. My agent phoned me up, reverse charges. He said, you're in. No problem. Discussed the money. He said, Sheila Van Damme adored. That was you. Sheila thinks you're wonderful. Just one small problem. You've got to go back tomorrow and do it again for Van Damme. I did it again, he hated me. So I never went in the Windmill. Thank you, boys, for your help.
Well, never mind, Norm. You know, I'm going to sing a song now.
Oh, yes.
Why are you looking so bored? I'm going to sing a song for you, Sheila, that sums it all up.
Thank you.
In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking. Now heaven knows anything goes. But authors too, who once knew better words, now only use for letter words, writing prose. Anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and black's white today, and day's night today. Most guys today that women cry today are just silly gigolos. Although I'm not a great romancer, I know that I'm bound to answer when you propose. Anything goes. Anything goes. Anything goes.
Cilla?
What?
I'm your biggest fan.
Oh, Biggins, say goodnight.
No, we're not going to say that. We're going to go back over here, Cilla.
Are we?
We've got a minute to go. Come on. Isn't this exciting? Live television.
You sent me back.
Yes.
What for?
We're having a bit more chat.
What about?
What about?
We didn't rehearse it. Well, we didn't rehearse it this way. They just shoved up a card saying 2 minutes, get up.
But there must be some other stories, Barry, you had about the...
There must be.
Actually, Sheila's got a marvellous story. You were telling me actually in the dressing room, weren't you, Sheila, about lots of very famous people. You went through all of them. Very famous people who didn't pass the auditions. Go on, I'll leave it up to you.
Well, there were a number of those. Now you've got me in the spot because I can't remember one. I'd rather remember those.
Oh, God, don't let him start again.
Could you shut up? Thank you, Barry.
Blacklist, do you remember that? You get on the blacklist because you climbed over the seats.
Oh, that was the audience,
Yes,
darling.
that was the audience. Yes, that was the audience. And
I
there
would
used to be-
rather
there
remember
was one
those.
fellow sat for
Oh,
4
my
shows,
God.
and when he got up to get, 2 people ran down the side to get this seat, and they collided, bang, like that, and they both fell down. And the fellow behind climbed over and got in the seat.
You should explain that we did not reserve seats, so therefore...
Oh, no, it's like a
this was
cinema.
right, that's
If anybody left, other people would move down, you see.
That's right.
And you get some that would stay there.
They're really giving me the wind-up now. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
it really is time to say goodnight. See you next week. Ta-ra, then.
to a final check. Our phone game has been won by Anne Jones of Salford in Lancashire.